Good morning, students. In the last class, we studied about the Orsted's experiment, and the most important statement of the Orsted's experiment was a current carrying conductor develops a magnetic field around it. So this was the most important statement, that is, a current carrying conductor develops a magnetic field around it. Along with the Orsted's experiment, we even studied the right hand thumb rule, and using the rule we could find out what is the direction of the current as well as the direction of the magnetic field. Today we are going to study force acting on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. For this we are going to do a small activity or an experiment. Now in this experiment you need two stands. From one of the stand we have suspended a horseshoe magnet. The horseshoe magnet is a very strong magnet with a strong magnetic field. You can see the north pole, south pole, and the direction of the magnetic field that is directed from north to the south pole. From the next stand, you have to suspend a wire. So you have suspended a wire here, and this wire is now connected to a battery and a key, and this is how the circuit is completed. Now the position of this wire should be such that it lies between the magnetic field of the horseshoe magnet. So here it is shown here. This is the horseshoe magnet. This is the direction of the magnetic field, north to south. And this wire has been kept within the or between the strong magnetic field of the horseshoe magnet. So wire is suspended in this form that it lies between the magnetic field of the horseshoe magnet. Now, once the arrangements are done, the first thing that you need to do is to keep the key open. When the plug key is open, no current flows because the circuit is incomplete. And you have to see the position of the wire. We find that the position of the wire is this. That is A. The position A is the position of the wire when no current flows. So here it is shown I is equal to 0. I stands for current. It is 0 when the plug key is open. So this is the position of the conducting wire. Now close the key. Current will start flowing. It will flow from the positive to the negative end. This is the negative side. This is the positive terminal. So the current will start flowing from the positive terminal and it will go from top to bottom. So it is moving in the downward direction. So this is I. Downward direction is shown here. So when the current is moving from top to bottom in the downward direction, we find that the conductor gets displaced in this particular direction that is indicated by C. So this is the direction in which the conducting wire is going to get displaced when the current is moving in the downward direction or from top to bottom. Now change the polarity of the cell, or in other words, change the terminals of the cell. Negative is here, positive is here. Now you have to change the terminals. Positive should come here, negative should go to this side. So we change the polarity of the cell. Now that the positive end is on this side, the current will start moving in this direction. So when the current is now going to move in the upward direction, that is from bottom to top, we find that the conductor gets displaced in this particular direction, which is indicated by P. So here you have I current, which is moving in the upward direction. So when the current is moving in the upward direction or from bottom to the top, we find that the displacement of the conducting wire is in the position P, which is indicated over here. So this is the direction in which the conductor is going to get displaced. So this is the first part of the experiment. In the next part of the experiment, you interchange the poles of the horseshoe magnet. Right now North Pole is here, South is here. In the next part of the experiment, bring the South Pole here and North Pole onto this side. We will find that the direction of the magnetic field will change. It will now be from north to the South Pole. Again conduct the experiment and see the deflection or the displacement of the conducting wire. We will find that again the displacement of the conducting wire will take place in the opposite direction. So this is what is the experiment. Now let us try to understand why the displacement is taking place. The above experiment clearly shows that a force is exerted on the current carrying conductor. So this conductor is getting displaced just because some force is acting on it. If there wouldn't have been any force, there wouldn't have been any displacement. So definitely there is some force which is being exerted on the conducting wire which is bringing about the displacement. The direction of this force depends on both the direction of current and the direction of the magnetic field. So this is evident from the two-step experiment that we have conducted. In the first part, we interchanged the poles and we saw the deflection or the displacement. And in the second part of the experiment, we interchanged the poles of the magnet and we saw what was the change in the displacement. So in both the cases, we found that it got reversed. The wire got deflected or displaced in the opposite direction. So the direction of this force depends upon the direction of the current as well as the magnetic field. Now let us try to understand that why this displacement is brought about. Now in Ørsted's experiment, we saw that when we passed electric current through the conducting wire, a magnetic field developed around it and the magnetic needle got deflected. So Ørsted concluded that since there was no other magnet, magnetism definitely developed in the conducting wire and it caused the displacement of the needle. Same way here also, we are passing current through the wire. So it will be developing magnetic field around it and even magnetism will be developed and it will exert some force upon this horseshoe magnet. But horseshoe magnet is a very heavy magnet. Hence, the displacement might not be seen because magnetic needle is very light. So it will easily get deflected. But horseshoe magnet being heavy might not show the deflection. But definitely the conducting wire is exerting force upon the horseshoe magnet. And we know according to Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So if force is acting on the horseshoe magnet will also exert equal and opposite force upon this conducting wire. So it is on account of the force that is exerted by the horseshoe magnet that the conducting wire is getting displaced or some force is acting on the conducting wire and it is bringing about the displacement of the conducting wire. So this force is being exerted by the horseshoe magnet which is bringing about the displacement. So this is what we come to know from this experiment. Also, the force on the conductor will be maximum when the direction of current is perpendicular to the magnetic field. We know that the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south and the current is moving either in the downward direction or it is moving in the upward direction. So in either case, we find that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. So when the magnetic field and the direction of current both are perpendicular, we find that the force that is going to be exerted on the conducting wire will be maximum. And even you need to remember that when these are parallel to one another, in that case, no force will be acting. So this is what we come to a few conclusions from this experiment.